We have entered the apocalypse. Dark times are ahead of us. Some might even say that we are in the endgame now. Panic on the streets of London. Panic on the streets of Birmingham. I wonder to myself, could life ever be sane again? Wait a second, hold on. Is that a song by the Smiths? Alright, let's get rid of the dramatic lighting. Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Let's get rid of this. There we go. Don't really know why I had that light installed, to be honest. Sorry about the dramatic introduction there, but that is literally how some people are feeling at the moment. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll put it very briefly. The United States Playing Card Company is gone. It's dead. Kaput. Forget about it. It's gone. Just get rid of them. They're useless now. Just throw them away. There's no point having them. Or maybe that's a little bit of an exaggeration. Just a little bit. You might notice this video is a little bit longer because today we're talking playing cards. We're talking all stuff to do with playing cards. There's been some big news in the playing card industry recently, and that is that the United States Playing Card Company has been bought or sold to Cartamundi, which is another very famous playing card company. They're both very good companies, and now it looks like Cartamundi are going to be the only card company. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about why that's a good thing, why that's a bad thing, what is actually happening, and why some people on the internet are getting very wound up about something that actually, spoilers, might not be that bad. But that's not all we're doing today, because I'm also going to be showing you my playing card collection, all in one video. I thought it was an appropriate time to let you see my very, very big playing card collection. But stay tuned for that at the end of the video, where I will also be giving away a deck of cards from my collection. So if you want to win some cards, then keep watching. I'm not gonna lie, when I heard that USPC had been sold to Cartamundi, I was surprised. I was very, very surprised. I did not see it coming. I know some people on the internet have said that there were rumours and that they saw it coming, but personally, didn't see it coming. Did not know about this at all until it was announced. And then I was like, really? I thought it was a joke at first. I genuinely thought it was a joke because the first I heard of it was on a meme on Instagram. It did take me a while before I actually heard this was a real thing, and as soon as I heard it, I did want to make a video, but then I decided to wait. I decided to let the speculation settle down before I actually got into the facts, which we're going to be looking at now. So this is from Cartamundi's website, which I think is a pretty reliable source on something that is to do with Cartamundi. So we're going to be reading what they have to say about it. This whole thing, this whole article is very, very positive. It talks about the whole deal in a very positive way, which I think is good because it just calms people down. There's a lot of worry, there's a lot of concern about, are the playing cards going to be different? Is the quality going to be different? Is Bicycle no longer going to exist? I don't think any of that is true, and we'll get into that in just a second. First of all, the United States Playing Card Company owns Bicycle B, Hoyle, and then another one which I hadn't actually heard of, which is called Fournier? I don't know, never heard of it. In 2018, USPC's net sales was $112 million. What? $112 million? I'm just going to go and turn on my printer and start a playing card business. I'll just be with you 1 second. The CEO of USPC has said, "We are delighted about the prospect to join forces with Cartamundi and leverage both companies' rich history and passion of card making, as well as our complementary global presence." Basically, they're joining forces to be the global leader of playing cards. Now that's a good thing, but it also is a little bit of a bad thing. Now there's a lot of talk at the moment of which company magicians and cardists prefer, and to be honest, I'm sort of a mix. I do love a good bicycle deck of playing cards. It is what I mostly perform with. However, I don't mind Cartamundi. I really, really don't. I like the feel of those cards. I think they're more sort of luxury cards, especially the ones that I've handled. For me though, between USPC and Cartamundi, if I had to decide, you know, if you had a gun to my head, okay, I was not expecting to actually have a gun to my head when making this decision, but, Bicycle. However, there are things I think Cartamundi do a lot better, and things that USPC do a lot better, so now that they're joining forces, it'll be interesting to see if there are cards released which have the best of both worlds, a sort of amalgamation, oh goodness me, I'm like a walking thesaurus today. An amalgamation between the best things that both companies can provide, and I think that's only a good thing. I think it's really a positive for the whole playing card community. It potentially means that we're going to get better playing cards. Now, as for their existing brands, Bicycle, Bee, Hoyle, whatever, I think those are all going to remain intact. I don't think Cartamundi are then going to print their logos across all of, the Bicycle cards and stuff. They will keep the two things fairly separate, and I think some people won't even notice the difference, quite honestly. The reason it's a bad thing is because competition creates progress within industries. So let's take mobile phones for a second. We have Apple and Samsung. Okay, Apple release the iPhone 10, which is a super duper phone, and then not long later Samsung released the S10 to compete against that, and they're trying to one-up each other. That competition means that we get better phones. If the only phone company in the world was Apple, they could make any standard of phone and people would buy it because it was the only one that existed. Likewise with playing cards, just going back to that for a second because that's what we're talking about, if USPC create a super duper deck of cards, Cartamundi will then make one slightly better, Bicycle will make one slightly better, Cartamundi will make one slightly better, Bicycle will make one. You see what I mean? Competition creates progress within the industry, and now that they're just one company, there isn't really any need for them to improve because they're the biggest playing card company in the world, and essentially they're the only one. So they can do what they want. But as I said, I don't think that this is the end of the world. I think that it's basically going to be fine. I don't think there's any reason to panic at all. Everyone just needs to calm down, have some zen, and it'll be fine. Meditation classes with Cavan. Now it's time to get into the second part of this video, which is my playing card collection. Now, brace yourself because it's really not as big as you think it's going to be. Not the first time I've had to say that. Here we go. This is it. They all fit into here. Now, I'll try not to show you exactly what's inside just yet. We'll go through them one by one. This should be fun. So in this wooden crate is all of the playing cards in my collection. And the reason there aren't many of them is because if I buy a deck of playing cards, it's because I genuinely want those cards. It's not because I just want to increase my collection. I buy them because I think they look good or I want to perform with them. That's the only reason I'll ever buy a deck of cards. I won't just buy it because it's of a certain brand. I imagine a lot of card collectors are probably going, that's a good approach, yeah, that would have saved me a lot of money. We'll start in the most unusual area with these cards that were sent to me by a viewer not long ago, and they're essentially card games. This one's called Round Britain, this one's called Round Europe. Oh, this one's actually a deck of cards. This is a Jack Daniels deck of cards, still in the plastic, and then this one is Jack of all trades. These were just sent to me by a viewer. This next deck of cards was brought to me by a family member for a very specific reason. You see, these back designs are the London Underground, which fits with my London Underground map, which you see up there. They saw these in a shop and thought of me, and I think it is a brilliant, fun little deck of cards. It's not something that I would particularly use in performance, but it is really, really nice to have these cards. I didn't know they did London Underground style of cards, but yeah, they're bridge size, sort of plastic coated. This next deck of playing cards was bought for me by my girlfriend, and it is a Russia-themed deck of cards. She went to Russia and got them while she was there, and I actually think the back design doesn't look all that bad with this sort of fan. They look like they're just pure red. Obviously you have that symbol in the middle there, but yeah, no, I think they're decent looking playing cards. Next in the collection are these, which are more of the Greenkeeper reloads. I made a video about the idea of reloads for playing cards, so if you want to go and check that video out, you can, but these are essentially playing cards without a box. They're just in the plastic, and these are the Greenkeeper design. So that's the box design for the reloads that you just saw. These are the Greenkeepers from Illusionist. A very nice deck of cards. Moving swiftly on to another Illusionist deck, and another green one. These are the Green Knights. The box is absolutely incredible on these. It's like embossed with this sort of gold foil thing. It's brilliant, and then inside we have this shiny gold, and that continues throughout the whole of the inside of the box. Unfortunately, the cards are pretty average, so yeah, that was a bit of a disappointment. This is the Fontaine deck that was sent to me by a viewer very, very recently. I made a whole video about these cards. Next up, we have the first ever designer deck of cards I ever bought, which is this, the Black Scorpion deck. This is a Bicycle designer deck of cards, which tend to be seen as quite naff. Card collectors think that these are not that great. But here we have the Scorpion deck. It's got this horrible yellow colour across the front. I think the faces are actually not that bad. The sort of negative white and yellow colour isn't actually that bad. I quite like that. The Ace of Spades has a scorpion on it, of course. So that's the Scorpion deck of cards. We also have the Black Spider deck and the Black Tiger deck. Next up in the collection we have the Madison playing cards. I have here a Charlie Madison deck. We have the pink trawlers that were sent to me by Daniel. We also have that very, very special deck of cards with that message on the front, and then another signed black Madisonist deck. All of these are from Daniel Madison and are among my favourite cards in the collection. Moving on from Daniel Madison, this is a deck from Chris Ramsey. This is the Carpe Noctem deck of cards. I also have here Memento Mori. Now, my favourite out of the two is Memento Mori. I think this is a fantastic deck of cards. The back design looks really, really nice. Carpe Noctem for me slightly misses the mark. I don't think it's as good as Memento Mori, but it is very good to have both in the collection. They really go together as a pair, sort of the black and the white. Next up is this, which I think is a deck of cards I got free at Blackpool. I'm not really sure what it is, but it's sort of a FISM Europe 2017 deck of cards. Oh wow, these! Oh, I completely forgotten about these. This is the Series 1800 playing cards. They're meant to look really old, but they're actually still in brand new condition. I think you could use these in Performance. I think they look fine. They look normal. They just look like an old bicycle deck, and they probably look better as they get older. Really appreciate that deck of cards. Series 1800. There we go. I'd forgotten I had that, but nice inclusion. Next up, we have the Ghost playing cards. This is the Black Ghost and the normal Ghost, just white Ghost. And now finally, just in the bottom here, we have the Killer Bees playing cards. I bought these when I was in France, actually. There was a little stall that was selling playing cards quite cheap. This is actually the giveaway deck of cards, which is why I've left it till last. So if you want your hands on the Killer Bees, then all you need to do is leave a comment down below. I will pick a comment at random in the next video, and that person will win the Killer Bees playing cards. My neighbour's dog is barking, it's really irritating me. Shut up, I'm trying to do a giveaway. So if you want the Killer Bees, then leave a comment down below and I'll be sure to pick a winner in the next video, whatever that video will be. So that's the video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it as much as I did making this video. It was really fun, so make sure to click the thumbs up down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and join me on my video making journey. I always really appreciate getting new viewers onto this channel. This was a really fun one, and I hope to see you in the next video. Why do I have this? Oh!